Greetings, Dawncaster. Welcome back. The creatures of the night have fallen asleep, and the heroes of dawn have risen to protect the shattered realm. Will you count yourself among them? Let's go. All right, everybody, welcome to our Halloween special. Yes, the most appropriate game has been selected. Dawncaster, our Halloween special. So it's not going to be very stressful. We're just going to be relaxing. We're going to be talking about some of the secret special decks that I use to do well in the game. We're also going to be relaxing and discussing some of the bounty quest play. And we're also going to be playing a little bit of our Arcanist. So a little bit of magic, a little bit of cool sounds, because I've got a really special soundscape from My Noise. And it's a collaboration between the developers of My Noise and a YouTuber. You can find the information on the app itself. I would highly suggest you purchase the My Noise app full package, lifetime package. It's 100% worth it. I fully support them with everything I have here on my channel. They've always been good to me. They get a free commercial because they are so kind. And accessible to the blind and visually impaired since day one. I've never had a problem with them. I've never had any copyright issues. I've never had any problems with YouTube. I've always been able to incorporate their music with lots of different apps, including Dawncaster. And Dawncaster is by Rick Vanderwild, the maestro, the master, the genius. He's done a fantastic job of making this game truly accessible to the blind and visually impaired. Whatever you want to do, this game can do. And he's also collaborating with other developers who are making games. And I hope those developers will also consider making their games accessible to the visually impaired. I appreciate that if you do. But yeah, we're going to relax today. I got my Dawn coffee. It's feeling rather tasty. Queen Angel hooked me up with a huge box of coffee. Yeah, we do stuff, nice things for each other. She does something for me. We don't keep track. We just do stuff nice for each other. My granddaughter is going to have, hi baby. Baby's granddaughter is having her, this is not her first Halloween. This is her, 1, 2, 3. This should be her third Halloween. But her Halloween is today, so hope she's having fun. I was just chatting with her daddy, my son, and his girlfriend. They are all very loved and awesome folks. Queen Angel and Angel 2, they actually went out and had a cup of late night coffee and got to enjoy the Halloween vibe on a Hallows Eve. I think that's considered the day before Halloween. So they were out on, I may be wrong. Sorry, I may be wrong. They were out the day, and my microphone is not in the right spot on my shirt. Give me 1 second. Sorry. There we go. Because if my microphone's too close to the edge of my shirt, my hand bumps it. And I know some of you get annoyed when I bump my mic. Again, that's an issue with lanyard mics. They tend to get bumped a lot. So this is why people have desk mics. But that doesn't really work for my phone. So people who ask me to get a desk mic, I have one. It just doesn't work for the phone. I'm not a technical guru here. I'm not a genius here. I'm just a game player and a fun-loving guy. But yeah, lanyards tend to get bumped, and they tend to make a little bit of noise, and they also tend to get overwhelmed by loud noises. Again, those are the weaknesses of lanyard mics, but as far as convenience, portability, lanyard mics are awesome. I happen to be using a Rode mic. It's a Wi-Fi It's a Wi-Fi Rode mic. I swear by Rodes. Rodes are absolutely fantastic. Best microphones you can buy. I'm using a Boys headset. It's a very, very good headset. I gotta say though, the ear pads do fall apart. So that's the one thing I don't like about Bose. Other than that, as far as accessibility, fantastic. As far as durability, fantastic. As far as app capability, awesome. And last but not least, the noisemakers are here. My Amazon specials. Screaming Goat, which I kind of copied from LOL Talk with Mike. He's the one that uses the Screaming Goats, and ever since he uses it, which makes me just crack up, cheers me up when I'm feeling down. I've always had it on the channel. So if you want to know where I got the Screaming Goat from, it's from LOL Talk with Mike, one of my favorite YouTubers. He does LOL shows and stuff like that and has some really cool music. Like #1 Rogue, my absolutely favorite meme of his right now. So yeah, if you want to check out LOL Talk with Mike, you have my permission. Tell him that you were sent there from Game Double Tap. I am nothing compared to him. He is a huge YouTuber. I am minuscule, and that's a compliment for me. Again, so I have all the fixings in place. I actually want to see where my Halloween music is. I do believe I have Halloween sound effects somewhere in my noisemaker locker. The problem is it would take me too long to find it all, and that's not what you're here for. You're not here to hear all that stuff. But if I do find it this week sometime, I will break it out because it's Halloween to me for a while. So yeah, that's where we are today. I've been feeling really tired. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. I just feel tired. Like it's, I had a really good weekend. Me and Queen Angel had an awesome weekend. We were very satisfied. We were very happy. But Monday, I was really tired Monday. And today I'm a little less tired, but I had a little trouble getting up today. I haven't done my exercise yet. So I did my exercise yesterday. I did my squats. So my squats are doing really good. Leg muscles are looking fit. I'm trimming down a lot of the leg muscles are looking a lot better. And I'm also trimming down abdominal muscles. I've been doing a lot of abdominals, and I have been doing very few push-ups. That's where I'm just not doing a good job at. But I'm going to work on it. Anyway, I'm going to work on it. Yeah. Baby Goat wants me to do the push-ups. But yeah, I've been playing Dawncaster. They had some recent kind of like bugs that were happening because of localization work, but that's very normal. That's very normal for an app that is growing exponentially to have a few issues when adding new languages. Please don't worry about it. They'll be fine. I know the developer. You can trust them. Anything that's a problem, they will fix it. So whenever they have problems, I don't worry about it. I just relax. I plan out my decks, and I just wait for it to be fixed. So you don't have to worry about Dawncaster. The developer is always on it. They will fix any problems, so be assured. But if you also want to support them, you can swing by their app in the App Store, give it 5 stars, rate it well, and join their Discord community. You can also donate to the developer, buy him a cup of coffee, or you can buy some of the beautiful, wonderful, awesome expansions. I have all of them. They're all amazing. This developer's really good at doing collaborations with other developers, and they're very supportive of our community, especially the visually impaired community. They're very supportive. Yeah, I'm burning through my coffee. I have had a lot of fun with Bounty Quest. Those of you who know, I've been doing Bounty Quest on Thursday. So it's really perfect that Halloween is on a Thursday, and it's also TCG Thursdays. And of course, we're playing Dawncaster. But it's actually perfect timing because I've had a lot of fun with Bounty Quest. And recently we've had the collect 10 corrupt items in our deck. And this is another deck that collects corruption. Corruption is a card that is corrupt. It is a special kind of card. It's just a tag for it. And all you need to do to complete that bounty quest is to get 10 of those cards. This is an Arcanist deck we're going to be playing today, and its main weapon, called the Darkspire, creates corruptions, which are called malignances. Malignances are things that give you anger, which is good, but also burns you for 2 damage, which is bad. Which is not a big problem because there are many cards that make malignance damage, its self-burn damage, insignificant. Because there are lots of ways to create forbidden fruits, and forbidden fruits heal you for 5. So if you run your deck correctly, which is a fun mini game within itself, you're not going to have any problems healing. Plus, you can take talents that cover all the damage from your malignances. So yeah, we're going to be playing that deck today. I could call it the Forbidden Fruit deck, or I could call it the Corruption deck. I think Forbidden Fruit deck is much funner. There are lots of ways to make this deck work. And it's the Arcanist that really does a fantastic job with all these nuanced magics. I've also found this really cool card called Dark Whisper. It is so fun. So it's very Halloween here today. It feels good here in Midtown Shattered Realm. Yes, the Midtown Halloween spirit is with us. So yes, let's invite the witches, the demons, the devils, the ghosts, the ghouls, the spirits, the warriors, the monsters, the mayhem in. And what are you doing for your Halloween? Let me know in the comments, of course. You can also swing by my Discord, which is active and available. Thank you to Monarch, my mod, who is currently keeping it running. Thank you to Madness for the support. And thank you to all the folks. Also, we will not be having a stream this Saturday. Instead, what I might do is we might have a little live, and maybe we'll have a little chat. So if you're watching this, you already know about something that's coming up. I might do a live on Saturday. It might just be us hanging out and chatting and having a good time. Just talking about what we're going to be doing in the next couple of months. We got some really cool games coming up. So yeah, we might have a little live on Saturday. We'll see if I have the energy. We'll see how I feel. Yeah, but right now I need to pound coffee big time. The Dawn coffee must be consumed. Yes, baby go to Greece. All right, let's go ahead. First thing we're going to do here is
practical illusions.
Let's check and see what new bounties have come up. I just completed the corruption bounty a couple of times in a row. Let's see what new bounties are up. Oh, got a new bounty. Oh, we got practical illusions, ancient studies. I don't like unscathed contender. It's really hard to have. Okay. So the way the bounties work is that you have to do what they say do in the prescribed time, or complete the game, or collect stuff. And if you do, you're immediately rewarded even while you're playing, which is really awesome. You'll hear it go, you'll hear that pop off, similar to that, and a bunch of fate shards will just pile into your reservoir of fate shards. But let me talk about some of these bounties and which ones I'm going to be going for. So unscathed contender is a little hard. Maybe if you're really good at not taking any damage. If you have a way of healing yourself up to max before you go to Bright Kindle, then unscathed contender is a good card to have. But I'm probably going to re-roll it.
Ancient Studies. Imbue 0/10 enchantments.
Ancient Studies, we're going to check that one out. And then let's check out Practical Illusions. So yeah, that means you need to reach Bright Kindle with 100% health. Now, this one is Imbue enchantments. Those are really expensive. That means you got to get to Baldwin, and you have to pay Baldwin money. Now, the first time you pay Baldwin, it's 100. The second time you pay him is 150 gold. The third time you pay him is 200 gold. And the fourth time you pay him is 250 gold. I would assume the fifth time is 300 gold. I've never had that much money. A more recent bounty was have 1,000 gold. I tried it. I got up to 400 gold and then I died. I feel like the only character that can pull off the 1,000 gold is maybe the rogue. The rogue is really good at collecting money. Oh, by the way, I actually played a really cool rogue magic coin deck. Oh, it was so fun. I had so much fun with it. I'm gonna actually have to make a recording of that particular playthrough of that particular character class. It uses those conjured coins. It's super fun. I will play it. I will play it. Somebody's asked me to play some more Doctor Doom. Fantastic Four, you will not succeed. Yeah, I may possibly replay my Doctor Doom deck. I had a ton of fun with my Doctor Doom deck. People have been liking my Seeker. I love my Seeker. It's actually one of my favorite characters. And people have been asking me to play my Rockstar Hunter. Yeah, the Hunter is broken. Hunter is beautiful. I love my Hunter. With my Hunter, I try to take on a little harder expansion packs. So yeah, we might play. What I've decided is 16 hours is a little long to make a video. So what I will do with some of these playthroughs, folks, is I'll try to take a whole zone, play it through, and keep it as a compact unit. So you can always watch me play whatever playthroughs of zones. I might play through it with a certain character. And what I ultimately want to do is I want to create zone playlists. Like I want to create, say, the Hero's Graveyard and have several different classes playing through the Hero's Graveyard. I want to get like the Godskier Waste. And I want to have several classes playing through the Godskier Waste. The complete zone with different ambiences, sound effects, and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking to kind of do. All right, let's take a look at the last bounty. Oh, whoa, that is awesome. Practical Illusion. So we need to conjure 200 cards. Wow, that's going to be exciting. So that's our next bounty quest. We're not going to finish the imbued, but conjuring 200 cards, I might be able to do it. I think we're going to have to play the Arcanist. The Arcanist is good at conjuring things. That's going to be exciting. So that's what you're going to look forward to. Our next bounty quest will be Practical Illusions. That is going to be our next bounty quest. That will be Bounty Quest 3. I don't know if Bounty Quest 1, check it out. Bounty Quest 2. Yes, I know. I need to create a separate playlist for Bounty Quest. I know. I will get on that. Right now, you can find my Bounty Quest on my Eclipse playlist. So I have several playlists for Dawncaster. Individual classes. I have the main starting Dawncaster playthroughs, and then I have the Eclipse playthroughs. So I know they're not perfectly like set up, but I will try to make them a little bit more detailed as exactly what I'm doing. So here's what I'm feeling like we do. This is a relaxing chatathon, so just in case you didn't know. I'm going to create a Bounty Quest playlist. I'm going to create a zone complete playthrough.
Practical Illusions. Conjure 0/200 cards.
And I think finally, I also wanted to create, I've been talking about it, I wanted to play the Sunwell thing. I wanted to play that one. Not Sunwell, it's not called the Sunwell. We'll get to it. It's the one kind of weird roguelike kind of it's one of the different alternative roguelike play methods you can do in Dawncaster. I'll get to it. I'm just gonna call it the Sunwell thing, but that one's really fun. I haven't been back to that one in a while, and I actually want to play through that one. Now on that one, some of the boss battles take so long. In that one, I might just play 3 boss battles and then wrap it up. That'll take about an hour. don't worry, you're not going to get a short episode. Those take forever.
Practical illusions.
The zones themselves can take up
screen.
2 hours to complete, so don't worry.
Daily
You're going to
the new
get your
game.
money's worth.
Rewards.
I promise you, you come
Store.
here, you'll
Continue.
get some action.
Press to continue. Press to continue.
Okay, let's go ahead and get back, and I'm going to show you how I play my one-shot corruption deck. All right, let's start.
Exploration. Enter it. Use weapon power rotten weapon. Use your weapon to gain 2 health per corruption in your deck. Corruption cards. Then remove the corruption.
The sound effects are My Noise. Thank you very much to the developers of My Noise. They have added to our wonderful sounds from Dawncaster, so we have very rich, robust sounds today. All right, so I have the special power that removes malignances. It can also remove anything that's corrupt.
Character
it's
info.
a great
Player gold 100.
superpower.
Player health 95. Show deck.
It's
Cards currently in
designed
deck
to
33.
keep your corruptions from getting out of
Demonology.
control.
Int 1. Draw a card. Corrupted.
Let me
Convert
let
the
you
energy cost
hear
of all
what's
cards in
in
hand to
my
blood utility.
deck. Now,
Rare.
most of it's
Corrupted. You are corrupted at 5 or more
malignances because
corruptions are
those are
present in your
what
deck. Hand and slash
empowers
or
my
discard pile.
one-shot capability. But let's go ahead and show you what my deck has in it. 33 cards. I just got Demonology. I bought it from Julius,
Cling to sanity.
the merchant.
Int 1. Remove the
It's a
corruption
cool
from your
little
deck.
card.
Then gain 5
It's
health and cleanse an
it's
affliction utility.
kind of a way
Uncommon. Cleanse.
to play
Removes an
extra
affliction.
cards in a turn. Say I get into a tough situation. Demonology can turn all the cards into blood so that I can play much more cards because I always have a lot of health. Let's go to the next card.
Cling to sanity. Int 1. Cling to sanity. The Dark Whispers. Life 1. Add a forbidden fruit to your deck.
Cling to
Corrupted.
Sanity
Gain
is a
INT.
great
Utility.
card.
Uncommon.
It removes
Corrupted.
the
You are corrupted at 5 or more
malignances.
corruptions are
It
present in your
also
deck. Hand and slash or
removes
discard
an
pile.
affliction
Forbidden
against
fruit.
me,
1
and it
use.
also
Gain
heals
5
me for
health.
5. It's a great card. I usually run about 3 of these in this kind of deck.
Cling to the Dark Whispers. Life 1. Add a forbidden fruit to your deck. Corrupted. Gain INT. Utility.
Dark
Uncommon.
Whisper is a
Corrupted.
great
You are corrupted
card.
at 5 or more corruptions are present in your deck.
I don't know
Hand
why I
and slash or
haven't
discard. Dark
discovered it
Whispers.
before.
Life 1.
It
Add a
is a
forbidden
utility
block.
card,
Int 1. Negate
and
all
it's
the magic of the
great
next attack.
because it gives
Charges.
me
2/2
intelligence,
utility.
it
Dark
gives
Whispers.
me a
Life 1.
forbidden
Add a forbidden
fruit,
fruit to your deck.
and it
Corrupted.
give-
Gain INT.
and what
Cross
does
block.
it do?
Int 1. Negate all damage of the next attack. Charges. 2/2 utility. Uncommon.
Oh, yeah. That's all. So I have, I'm probably going to get about 3 of those. So let's look at the next one, Frost Block. Okay, so the blocks are great. The frost blocks are great. It just stops magic from hurting me. It doesn't stop physical attacks, but it stops magic.
Dark Blessing.
And to me,
Life
magic
1.
is
Gain
more
1 anger.
dangerous
Inflict a random
to
affliction
my
with 3
mage
stacks
than anything
corruption.
else.
Common.
Physical
Anger.
attacks,
Increases the
I
damage
have
dealt by
many
actions by
ways
1 per
of
stack of anger.
stopping those.
Affliction. A
Mostly
negative effect such
by
as poison.
out-healing
Bleeding
them
or
with
daze.
my forbidden fruits. So yeah, Frost Block is a great card. It's really useful later in the game where the enemies use a lot of magic. Okay, Dark Blessing is a great card. I usually run about 3 of those. I have ways in this deck to remove inflictions to myself, but I have a way to give inflictions to my enemy. And it's good to keep them on their toes, keep them busy. So this deck, I designed it so that I'm almost hard to kill me, but also I can also make distractions for my enemy to keep them busy. And I can lock them down occasionally with my inflictions. So that's kind of what this deck is. Kind of like a warlock deck. Because I feel like Arcanists are sort of like warlocks. With all their special effects they put on enemies. But when you use the Arcanist,
Neutral 1. Deal star 6 star damage. Repeat for each corruption in hand. 0 flow. 0/2. Add malignance to your deck magic.
Your deck is more
Common.
focused on
Malignance.
burning
On draw.
your enemy
Take 2
down.
damage and gain 1 anger.
And that's what this one-shot corruption deck does. It burns the enemy down. And I'm going to show you the card that does that in a second. All right, so Darkspire is my main weapon, and yes, it can be upgraded by the blacksmith, singularly, or or in multiple numbers. So you can pay 20 gold. You can also pay 50 gold to upgrade all of them. Also, Darkspires can be upgraded at shrines, so you can add memorize to them. You can add what's that card where they stay consistent, where they don't get shuffled back into your deck. You can add fire cast to them so they can't be burned, because there's certain cards in Arcanist deck that burns a card or removes it from play. So fire cast cards can't be removed from play that way when you burn a card that's going to come up in your deck. So there are lots of things that the Darkspire is you can add to it, make it really, really good. You can also turn Darkspire's cost to blood, which is what we talked about earlier. So Darkspire has a habit of repeating damage, so it's really good. So sometimes it has an echo, and the echo will do the same damage that the original damage did several times. It's quite effective. It has something to do with the corruption.
Darkspire, Eldritch Flame.
It's like your
deal 2
corruption
damage for each of your
empowers
corruptions.
it.
17 out
I
of
don't
forbidden fruit
know
to your
the
discard pile
exact
magic.
mathematics,
Forbidden fruit.
but
1 use. Gain 5
play
health.
with it yourself, and you'll start seeing that it does echo its damage. All right, let's go through all the Darkspires. Eldritch Flame is absolutely the rock star of this deck. This card takes all my corruptions and does damage to my opponent based on how many there are. And sometimes it doubles its damage. So if it does 30 damage, it might do 60 damage. It might do more. So this card benefits from having a lot of corruptions in your deck. But you might say, what if I have too many malignances and I can't draw Eldritch Flame? Yeah, well, that's actually a huge concern. So this is a candidate for Memorize. And also you're going to want to make sure that this card doesn't disappear if you don't have the appropriate amount of energy. This card uses intelligence, and it requires 3 intelligence. So you're going to have to be ready. So with your talents, you can usually, by level 5, you can select 1 more intelligence. You start off default with 2 intelligence. Also,
Eldritch
don't forget
Flame.
your
Deal 2
intelligence
damage for each of your
surges
corruptions. 17
will
out of
also
forbidden fruit
give
to your
you
discard pile.
intelligence. So there's
Persistent. Memorize
lots
magic.
of ways
Common.
to give
Forbidden
yourself
fruit.
the
1
energy
use.
you
Gain 5
need
health.
to activate this one-shot combo. But let me show you what my particular... I have a couple of these Eldritch Flames in my deck. Persistent. So persistent can be gained in a lot of ways. So there are shrines that give you persistent. I think that is the rogue shrine, the rogue with the dagger behind his back. Give this card to him and he'll make it persistent. Persistent cards don't get shuffled away. They remain in your hand until you interact with them. That's a great way to play with persistent cards. Also, there are talents that can make certain card groups persistent. Memorize can be given to you by Balder. You can purchase Memorize. You can also get Memorize from those bottles, those new potions that come from the merchants. Those bottles sometimes create something called, it's like a persistent rune, or rune of persistent. Rune of persistence. I think it's rune of persistence. When you get those runes, you can activate that onto this card, and that will make it so that this card will always stay in your hand. You default have a maximum hand size of 10 cards. So it's okay if you make a few cards persistent, but one of the things I got in trouble with, if y'all remember, a few weeks back, I was trying to do the very first what is it called, bounty quest I did, was to get 10 copies of one card, and I failed miserably because I kept using the wrong talent, And one of the talents I chose was that my consumables were all persistent. That's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing if you need to keep them. It's a good thing if you want to use them. And I do have a deck that takes advantage of potions, and I go crazy with potions. But the best way to complete the 10 copies of one card deck is the Ediform Claw. The Ediform Claw, it infects other cards, and then it's super duper easy. Just Ediform Claw, you can buy it from most merchants. It's an easy card to get. Basically, every time you play an Ediform Claw, it burns your enemy, and then it turns another card into an Ediform Claw, burns the enemy, turns another card into an Ediform Claw. Very, very easy. Again, once you know the trick of these particular, bounty quests, it's not too hard. And of course, as I talk about in my first bounty quest, you can always re-roll a bounty if you don't like it. I tend to re-roll bounty quests, but if it's a really challenging one, I don't re-roll it because I want to see if I can do it. Because that's really the whole fun of these games. The fun of Dawncaster is to pull off something that's really hard. That's what makes the game fun. So, we've already pulled off 10 copies of a corruption. With this Darkspire deck, that's one of the easiest bounty quests to complete.
Eldritch Flame.
Super
In 3,
duper
deal 2
easy.
damage for each of your corruptions. 17
You'll
out of
probably
forbidden fruit
have
to your
it
discard
done
pile.
before you
Persistent.
even
Memorize magic.
get
Common.
out of
Forbidden
come
fruit.
back to
1
Bright
use.
Kindle
Gain
for the
5 health.
second time. That's very, very easy to do. All right, so when I play this card, it's going to burn the enemy for... It's going to give me a forbidden fruit, and it's going to burn my enemy for 17 damage, but it doubles it, so it'd be 34 damage, and that can also double. So this will do 34 damage to my opponent. Most enemies in this game on normal difficulty have about 60 to 90 health, so it's really not hard to kill somebody with a couple of shots. Now, you can make all your Eldritch Flames persistent and memorize. Not too hard to do, actually. It was really not hard to do. I don't recall whether Eldritch Flame can be upgraded. I guess I'll play around and see if I can do it. I don't think it's necessary to upgrade it, but upgrading would probably make it do more damage. So we'll actually experiment to see if we can upgrade it. But I'd rather upgrade my Darkspires because my Darkspires, they do a lot of work. They're definitely Halloween madness. So, yeah, I do,
Gain 5 health.
I do
Corruption.
love them.
Common.
I do love my Darkspires. They do some serious work. And it's actually a way to create the corruptions, which makes my Eldritch Flame do so much damage. Okay, so let me go through the rest of the deck. Okay, so Forbidden Fruit, one of the shortest cards, gives you 5 health. That's it. It's corrupted. You're going to get these popping up in your deck a lot. You consume them to keep your health up. These compensate for the damage that the Malignances do. The Malignances do 2 damage. Every time you draw a Malignance, you take 2 damage. And there really isn't any way to stop it. Also, Forbidden Fruit can be combined with, I think it's called Battle Priest. Battle Priest is kind of like it's a talent that gives you bonus healing. So you would normally heal 5. I think Battle Priest will give you an extra 2 to 3 healing. And there's many ways to increase your healing. There's also cards that burn. So this particular deck, the Corruption, this Darkspire deck, can actually combine with healing cards that burn. So if you want to burn your opponent, also, this deck can do it with healing. So let's say you knock back about 4 Forbidden Fruits and you gain 20 health. Well, with certain cards in this game, you can turn that 20 health into 20 damage. And if you have I think it's War Priest. And if you have War Priest, that's going to be an extra like 8 damage. So that's like 28 damage. That's, by the way, folks, for basically passive damage, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage. And if you have other things that pile onto that damage, ooh, it's just really, really, really awesome. Reminds me of the game, the book I'm reading right now. I told you all I'd tell you the real name. It's called All the Skills. So you can find it on Audible. It's a great book series. Love the author. Check it out. A little innocent for my taste, but the lit RPG aspects of it are fantastic. You know, I like my books to have a lot more sex and violence. That's how I am, you know. But yeah, it's an innocent book series. I would say, you know, it's probably really appropriate for anybody aged, I don't know, probably 13 and up, probably. But yeah, I do love it though. It is very well written. I'm feeling like book 1 and 2 were the best so far. Book 2 is absolutely my favorite so far. Book 3, it's okay. I think it could have been a little better. It's all over the place. I think book 3, they should have slowed down a little bit more. When this book moves slow, it's so good. And when it tries to jump from part to part, it gets a little helter-skelter. Mind you, it's better than anything I could write. But I can't wait to get to book 4. And I don't know how many books after that there are, but I'm excited. I'm in it. I'm in it to the end. I will read this book until the series ends. It's that good. I highly recommend it. All the Skills. It's awesome. Alchemy Online. I just got 3 more books in that series, so definitely check them out. They're really good. These are all great Halloween readings. I'm giving you all my favorite Halloween stuff. So All the Skills has got a nice Halloween theme for me right now. I'm reading it nonstop, and then yeah. A lot of the books I read in fantasy are dark fantasy, so they're really fun. They really have that Halloween vibe. We're all about that Halloween vibe today here in our Halloween special
On draw. Take 2 damage and gain 1 anger.
Thursday
Unplayable corruption.
Dawncaster
Common.
Halloween special corruption.
Search of
Yes.
intellect.
Yes.
Gain INT and 1 focus
And I'm
utility.
getting hungry.
Common. Focus.
All right.
24. Search of intellect. Close deck list.
I'll just show you the rest of my deck real quick. As you can hear, there's a ton of malignances. And then we have our Surge of Intellect. And that's it. I will probably add 1 more Surge of Intellect. Other than that, I don't need anything else, because really the malignances, you can keep building them up. They're really not that bad as long as you can bypass them with a memorized or persistent card or a search card. So that's another way you can draw your Eldritch Flame, with a search card, but you got to have the right search card. And that search card needs to come up right away. Because if you don't get that search card right away to find the Eldritch Flame to pop off the damage, then the damage from the malignances are going to add up. One of the couple of ways you can mitigate the damage from malignance is to get the talent that lets all campsites, priests, and inns heal you to max health. That's an absolute awesome talent. The other talent you can choose is the talent, what's it called? The Hunter or something like that talent. The talent that gives you full health and 50 gold every time you beat a boss. I actually like both talents. I always try to get both, but it's hard to do. Whenever you can heal to max, you have a much better chance of not only completing your run, but surviving. And it means that you can afford to get rid of cards you don't want out of your deck with campsites. Because think about it, when you can heal to max with 1 campsite, you can use the other campsites for just dealing with problems. Especially when imps give you cards you don't want, shrines give you cards you don't want, monsters give you cards you don't want, you create cards you don't want, so that's kind of what the problem can turn out to be. All right, let's close our deck list. All right, so with 33 cards in our deck, again, we're protected against having an unwieldy deck. So we could very much go to 66 cards and we'd still be fine, because what we are going to build is a massive, overpowering one-shot combo that's going to burn our enemy down. What am I looking for? There are a couple cards that make this deck even more powerful. So there's a couple cards. One of them is a burn card. So it says that whatever damage you did last, it does in fire. And then that fire, of course, is going to burn your enemy. And there's another card called Aftershock. It says whatever damage you just did, it's going to do that much stagger, which means you'll get half of that damage on your enemy, unless your enemy has a mitigation or some kind of damage reflect capability. So remember, when you do lots of damage, you've got to keep in mind you want to build your deck around some way to capitalize on that damage. So we'll be attempting to do that as we keep going through the levels. But we're in the swamps right now, so you can tell this deck is pretty strong. Let's just kill some more enemies and keep an ear out for our health, because we've got to make sure the malignancies are not hurting us. And let's keep looking for cards that we need. Meanwhile, we'll trim out any cards that are getting in our way. We definitely wouldn't mind getting, we'll probably want to get one more Surge card, Surge of Intellect.
Opportunity
and
area status, not just fog. Stack 2 inflict. Area special. Poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat enemy. Opportunity treasure. Traps or treachery away.
We're
Lighted
probably
for opportunity
just
treasure.
satisfied with
Cards
building
currently
up
in
our
deck 33.
malignances. Ultimately, I'd like to do about 100 damage with malignants, and maybe more. Okay, let's take care of these opportunities. We'll take shrines first. Shrines are greater than opportunities, are greater than monsters. Of course, one-of-the-kind encounters always come first. Like wondrous little things, you want to take that guy first. That's very important. If you need an enchanter, you want to take profession calls, blacksmith calls, alchemist calls. Take those first, because you don't know if you're going to get them back. But they're not as important as one-of-the-kind encounters. Of course, shrines are always first because there's a limited number of times they show themselves. Opportunities, they're very important. So let me give you the full order. One-of-a-kind visits first, like the, wondrous little things. He doesn't come around that often, so take him first. But I actually think he doesn't show, I think he's in opportunities. So let's just go shrine number 1, then opportunities. Then after those 2 are done, do your professions, enchanting, blacksmithing, the succubus, if you want, the one where she says, you wouldn't hurt me, she's being very seductive. And take care of those first. And then after you've gotten all those, if you don't really need the merchant, but just want to peruse their items, you can go buy the merchant, because the merchant's not the most important. It's not really a profession. So you can kind of take care of those. And then after you've gotten all those, then if you see an unusual mini boss battle, that might be a good time to take that out. For instance, like the rock haulers in the amber mines. Those, actually, I feel like they cut down one of those fights. There used to be 2 of them, but they cut it out. So I don't know why, but maybe the developer was balancing. But there's these rock haulers that are really good sources of experience and loot. But they're really strong if you don't know how to kill them. But if you know how to kill them, they're a really good source for experience and loot. But you're going to want to take down mini bosses who are unusual. Now, the regular mini bosses, they stick around forever, so don't waste your time. Don't worry about the standard mini bosses. They will be there. The boss will never go away. You can't leave the zone until you beat the boss. So the boss, obviously, take him out first if you want to. Like if you have Headhunter, that's the card I was looking for the name. If you have Headhunter, you'll get 50 gold and you'll heal up to max. So one of the techniques I use when I have Headhunter is to kill the blast boss, get all my health back up, then I can kill the mini boss. Because, you know, you want to make sure you can always leave. That's one of the pro tips you're going to want to keep in mind. Take out the boss when you can, because if you start running low on resources, you can kind of heal yourself back up to
Opportunity treasure.
your
Trapped. Glided warrior.
appropriate levels
Opportunity treasure.
with the
Trapped
next
or treachery
zone.
away. Opportunity
Because
treasure.
every new
Julie Axe in
zone
the stone
kind
you
of
find a
starts
stone tablet
off
cloven
with
and
the
twin.
number
The axe in
of
the stone you find a
campsites
stone
you've
tablet cloven and twin by a large axe.
And by the way,
Still stuck at
with
the center of the twin
talents,
pieces
you
of
can
debris.
unlock more campsites. So that's really, really, really cool. Certain classes heal better than others. All right, let's go with let's go opportunity. All right, the axe in the stone. Obviously a play on Excalibur, you know, Lady in the Lake and all that stuff. The only class I know that can take the axe out of the stone is the warrior. And you get a super awesome weapon. Do not give it to the blacksmith to play with. He'll give you a lousy 3 upgrades to your cards. It's not worth it. The weapon itself is fantastic. Do not give it to the blacksmith. Keep it for yourself. Give it nothing but fat upgrades. It's a broken weapon. If you get that on the warrior, you should be able to finish the game. It's just a fantastic card. Memorize it, persistent it, memorize it, put all your stuff on it. Put all your cool abilities on it, especially persistent and memorized. Find ways to keep pulling it out of your deck and using it over and over again. And of course, you're going to want to add a couple things to it, like Aftershock. There's a couple really cool things you can add to it. So yeah, this does not work for the Arcanist. We are not strong enough to pull anything out of anything.
Mini boss not blacksmith the opportunity treasure. Traps or treachery away.
So you can examine it, but you can't do anything. All right, so that was a waste of an opportunity. But again, they're random RNG. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Oh, we got a blacksmith here. So we will have, we will have enchanting when we do the sea level. We don't have enchanting yet because we have to beat Baldur. Once we beat Baldur, we'll actually be able to unlock enchanting. And once we save the priest, you unlock the priest. So if you want to know how these people are, and you can actually unlock the succubus. The succubus can be unlocked if you defeat her in the Amber Core. It's really actually easy to beat her once you know how to beat her. She's really great because you can sacrifice people to her. She'll give you some really cool talents.
Player health 95.
The talents are awesome. Getting free talents is absolutely awesome. That's like getting a free level up.
Show deck.
I don't know if it's random talents.
Blacksmith the fire still burned right inside the workshop.
I think you have a choice. So let's go with let's see what our money is. We have 141 gold, so let's go ahead and do the blacksmith.
Blacksmith the fire. Regular Firehorn A sturdy man swings a hammer at his blackened anvil before he looks up.
I'm gonna go blacksmith. I know that opportunities staring me in the face, and I know that I told you it's better to take opportunities over profession visits. But I'm gonna go do this blacksmith. So you have 3 choices with the blacksmith, just for folks, FYI, if you've never really dealt with a blacksmith. It's very pivotal to you succeeding, especially if you have weapons that can be upgraded. Not all basic attacks can be upgraded. For the most part, code weapons like hammers, axes, staffs can all be upgraded. Range weapons can also be upgraded, but sometimes magical weapons cannot be upgraded. So keep that in mind. You'll have to experiment. I will probably make a list for you all one day if I really just have nothing else to do. But for the most part, these are things for you to learn on your own. So you can individually upgrade a weapon in your deck too. That's a lot cheaper. So if you're not really loaded up with a bunch of gold, you can just take the 20 gold option. Or nothing at all. You can also remove one of your
Lead.
basic attacks if you have
50
too
gold.
many.
Upgrade all your basic attacks.
Also, if one of your basic attacks has been corrupted or
50
damaged
gold.
or
Upgrade
made
all your basic
ineffective,
attacks.
you can remove it this way. I'm almost certain you can. Double check me, fact check me. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all my basic attacks.
30 gold, 50 gold. Upgrade all. You lose minus 50 gold. Dark Spy root graded.
This one
Dark
is
Spy
going
root
to
graded.
upgrade
Dark
all.
Spy root
It's going to
graded.
cost
Dark
me
Spy root
50
graded.
gold.
Dark Spy
Here we
root
go.
graded. Dark Spy root graded. Exploration. Area
And
status.
it makes this
Noxious
really
fog.
cute
Stacks 2 inflict.
sound.
Area
One of
special.
my
Poison
simple
at the start of combat.
gratitudes.
Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire.
It's really cute. It's really cute the sound it makes when it upgrades weapons. I really like Simple Gratitude, again, part 2. I really like that Rick has it so that it says, it tells you everything in voiceover. I was very happy when that feature was added. It saves me so much energy when it tells me what it's doing. It saves me so much energy. All right, so now that I've gotten the blacksmith done, pro tip number 2, that's it. You get the blacksmith only once per zone, unless you go to a town where you get them for an additional time. And in the town, you only get the blacksmith once, so be cautious. If you don't see the blacksmith in town, interact with another merchant or the inn, and if you haven't interacted with the blacksmith or have forgotten that you did, the blacksmith will pop up. So don't worry, if you don't see the blacksmith immediately,
Settings.
they will appear.
Area status. Opportunity
You just
treasure.
might have
Transport
to
treachery
interact
await.
with another person. It doesn't mean you have to buy something. It just means you need to interact with them and then close that menu, and then the game will randomly
Opportunity
bring
treasure.
out another
Entrepreneurial
merchant
infinite.
or
Entrepreneurial
person
infinite
for
flies
to
up to you and
interact
flutters
with.
around your head. Card. Walker by card. Yes.
Okay, our opportunity's still there. Good. That was good. We used the blacksmith. We didn't lose our opportunity. So let's go ahead and get our opportunity. Hopefully this opportunity is good. Okay, this one's usually good if you're looking to buy weird cards. This imp gives cards that use blood. So most demons offer cards that use up your blood. I don't know, they get off on that. I don't need this card because my deck is special. Even though I wouldn't mind another corruption, I don't need it for what my deck does. So don't add cards to your deck unless you know you really need them, or else you're going to have to expend valuable healing opportunities to get rid of them. But if you are running my kind of deck that heals me to max, I can afford to take a card, play with it. If I don't like it, I can get rid of it. The good thing is I've already played with many cards, and I pretty much know every card this imp gives me. But yes, and he doesn't, I don't know what he really charges you. I think he charges you health, but it doesn't say. But yeah, remember, almost everything in this game has a cost. You may not be aware of the cost, but there is a cost. So, and that's what makes this game and its balancing so unique. There's always a hidden cost. Either if you do something really good, something good will happen to you. You do something really bad will probably happen to you. It's just how the game is balanced. You know, this is, like I said, I love this game so much because its balance is so precise. And
10 gold. Buy
you
random.
know
Take 10
when
damage.
you've been,
Buy random rare.
you know when you've done some dastardly deeds. And you know when you've been really good, and the game tries to reward you when you're really good. It also rewards you when you do really cool stuff. So yeah, I'm going to not purchase this card because I don't need it. So it does, okay, that is the payment. So 10 gold will get you a free card. We'll get you a card. It's not free, it just costs you 10 gold.
Exploration. Area status.
10
Noxious fog.
damage,
Stacks
which is
2
your
inflict.
health.
Area special. Poison
You
at the
can
start of
also
combat.
get the card.
Increases
So
by 1 every
there's
combat and
many
resets.
ways.
Settings.
If you're
Settings.
really good
Area
at
status.
health,
Lost ranger
you
this
can just
Shine
take
Ace
the
range.
10
Campsite 8 week
damage
rested from the pair. Shine Ace
and
range
get
statue
yourself a
stands out
card.
from its surroundings.
I don't want either, so I'm going to pass. And you just hit the shoo the imp away. Okay, there we go. Got a shrine. So What you want to do with a Darkspire deck is mirror your Darkspire. Try to get as many copies of your Darkspire as possible and
Campsite
upgrade them
Shrine A strange statue stands out from its surrounding.
generously
Shrine
with
A
the
strange.
blacksmith.
Shrine of melancholy. The
Trust
stone
me,
face of
you're
an old
going to
sailor
want to
stares.
do
Shrine
that.
of melancholy. The stone face of an old sailor stares out into the starry night. At its feet,
Let's
the
hope
black reed
this
folk
is a
anchors the soul.
mirror. No, you not. Pro tip 3, no, you do not know what's in this shrine. You do not know. It doesn't tell you. It's just random. Let's go ahead and go there. This is memorized.
Examine the shrine. Shrine of melancholy. The shrine adds memorized to a card. Cards with this property get shuffled to the top of your deck at the start of combat.
Now, if you read the shrine's description, they give you a little tip. They'll tell you what the shrine does. But if you want to really learn the shrines, just write them down. Notate them in your notes. So you could examine. There you go.
Examine the shrine. Memorize a card.
I've been looking for this.
Leave.
This is
Memorize
absolutely
Select
double
card. Cling to sanity.
cha-ching. I'm going to be memorizing my surge of intelligence because that will make sure that I can pop off my Eldritch Flame. So let's go ahead and memorize surge of intelligence.
Gain INT and 1 focus. Action. Card altered. Surge of intellect.
Let's
Gain INT
memorize
and 1
card.
focus. Memorized. Action. Common. Focus. When you foretell, reveal 1 more card for every 3 stacks. At the start of the round, draw 1 additional card for every 6 stacks.
Let's go do this one. So now my surge of intellect is memorized, which means it will come up in my first hand. Typically, pro tip 4, you want to have at least your first hand fully memorized so you know exactly how to win the battle. If you don't know how to beat a monster within the first turn, you probably need to practice that. You should always know how to beat a monster. Number 2, you should always know how to beat it within the first turn. And then number 3, know how to beat it overall. Sometimes some monsters you have to break down their magical defenses before you can defeat them. Some monsters you need to break down their armor. Some monsters you need to break down their puzzles and tricks because some of them have some pretty interesting lockouts. For instance, there was a monster I was fighting and it kept resurrecting itself until I figured out how to stop it from resurrecting itself. And there was another monster that kept healing itself by hundreds of health. And then I figured out how to kill it. I just found a way to corrupt its healing. And it went, like I said, there's all these really cool tricks in Dawncaster that you have to learn. And that's the beauty of this game. That's what makes this game so absolutely fantastic. And I'm getting hungry. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a quick snack. So let's take a quick break real quick. I'll be back in 5. I'm also going to quick bio, okay? Happy Halloween! While you wait, don't forget to swing by to go ahead and smash the pumpkin on that like button while you wait and be cool and subscribe if you like. Be right back. All right, almost back. Just getting my coffee. All right, here we come. I hope you all are having a great time with your Halloween plans. I hope, sorry for the noise. Hope all of you are, I hope all of you are having a wonderful time with your friends, family, loved ones, work. If Halloween means nothing to you, wish you the best too. And of course, our prayers to those who are not getting opportunity to enjoy those Halloween pleasures. For those who don't believe in it, respect to you. But I hope you are having fun with your Halloween plans. I do love Halloween myself a lot. Me and Queen Angel will be handing out some candy. She'll be dressed as a witch, and I'll be dressed as a wolf. So that'll be pretty fun. So that'd be cute. If I can find my wolf head costume. I don't know, I have to look for it. I haven't worn my wolf head in a long time. I don't have anything to match it, so it's just going to be a wolf head over a t-shirt. A wolf head over, I'll look like teenage werewolf and stuff. I'll have like a hoodie. I'll have a hoodie with some cargo pants on and some boots. So I will look a little weird. So, yeah, my wolf head costume is actually, it's really hard to see out of it. I haven't worn it in a long time either. It actually used to have a howl built into the mask, but I don't think it works anymore. I think the voice box thing broke. I bought that costume about 6 years ago, so obviously I didn't expect it to work this long. The wizard's hat, the witch's hat, you can call it either one, that came from, I believe I purchased that hat, and I've had it for a long time. I really like it. Y'all have seen me wear it in some of my early thumbnails had me wearing it. I really do like that witch's hat. I used to wear it as whenever I'm a dungeon master, I do wear that hat. It's a really cute hat. It's going to be huge on Marissa's head, so she's going to be wearing
Gain
that.
INT and 1. Search of intellect. Shine of melancholy. The shine seems to smile as the image of a young complete. Exploration. Settings. Area status.
So, yeah.
Noxious fog.
All right,
Stats
so
2
we
inflict.
got our
Area special.
card.
Poison at the start of combat. Increases
Let's
by 1 every
keep
combat, then
going.
resets
Happy
whenever you visit a campfire.
Halloween! Put in the comments what's your favorite candy. Okay, let's clear that. I had a small handful of granola. I was a little hungry, so I had a small handful of granola. It's got not the healthiest thing in the world, but that's all I have really. I don't know what I'm going to eat for lunch. Oh, actually, I have spaghetti. So I'm going to make spaghetti for lunch. So right after I get done with this video filming, I'll be watching YouTube while this video renders. Typically what I do when I'm done with a video, I edit it, add my intro, put in whatever little bells and whistles I want, render it, which takes about half an hour to an hour, and then I will add the description, and then I'll start the upload process to YouTube, which takes about a half an hour to an hour. And then I'll name it, I'll publish it, and make sure there's no problems. And then that's how the process works. So usually, actually, it's about the same amount of time I take to film. It's about the same amount of time it takes to get the VOD stream content ready for YouTube. and ready to go for you all. This is being filmed on a Wednesday, so we are at Hallows Eve. I think I made a mistake earlier in my other comment. I meant to say, I said that Angel 2 and Queen Angel were doing something on Hallows Eve. They were doing it the night before Hallows Eve. So today I'm filming is actually Hallows Eve. And tomorrow is Halloween, which is the day you're watching this video, if I got it done, unless there was some major problem. Again, my phone's been acting very weird, I have to say. Its notifications are not working correctly. And again, I do believe me and Queen Angel have been talking. It is really time for us to upgrade. This has been the first major upgrade I've had in a while. But again, this phone is just, it's adequate. But I'm really looking forward to a 16. I really want an iPhone 16. Queen Angel and me both want iPhone 16. So we're probably going to get our... my phone, I have to make to mine's is paid for. So I think Queen Angel's is going to get hers first. And then I'm going to get mine's. So she's probably going to get hers next year after Christmas. And I'm going to probably get mine's after mine's is paid for. So I can't do everything. You know. Of course, if you want to donate, you can swing by my channel Game, G-A-M-E. There's a thanks button there. Feel free to donate to your ghoulish content over there. Donations are always welcome. They go to support Game and Game Double Tap. And yeah, we are going to be changing Game. I am creating content for Game. It's just not ready yet. So I'll let you know when it's ready. I'll let you know. There's good content coming. Game will be popping off content. So if you don't know, yes, Game will have content. It's coming. It's coming. A lot of that content's gonna hit in December and in January. Game Double Tap, we're just fine. It's just been a very busy last couple weeks. So if you notice the content, I was missing some stuff. First of all, some of it was related to development issues for certain games, and then the other issues were related to just my scheduling. Scheduling got really, really hectic, and I just could not squeeze in any recording. And again, if you're waiting for Saturday is no stream. So though I told you I might go live. We'll see how I feel, if I have the energy. Again, my medication, I take diabetic medication. Sometimes it really slows me down, tires me out. So I'm not always able to have the energy. And I've been trying to exercise and eat a healthy diet, so that does help
Collector any cards for trade.
But I don't always eat healthy. Sometimes I don't eat healthy, and obviously that slows me down too. All right, so let's keep moving here. All right, so we have the collector. The collector. Okay, so the collector is a special one-time guest. So you always take out that no matter what, even above a shrine, I almost want to say, because you're never going to get them again. So I'm going to put the collector as the number one person you go for, because you can get rid of a card and he can give you a very special card. By the way, he does appear more than once. I'm going to have to say that that's true. I do believe he can appear maybe 2 or 3 times. And yes, you can sacrifice him to the succubus. Yes, you can. I'll talk about how to unlock the succubus and what she can give you. I'll do a separate video on that particular unlock. It's really fun. Again, I love the succubus. She's very, very cute. Again, those of you who know my Primal Hunter series, succubuses are really big in that book. They are magnificent. And of those who know Everybody Loves Large Chests by Minuet, succubuses are really huge in that series too. So yeah, succubuses are great. There's actually, what's his name? One of the original writers of D&D kind of like work. I can't remember his name, but he has succubuses in his books and they're great too.
Collector
he
any cards for
plays
trade. Adventurer.
he
Area
writes
status.
the very
Collector mini boss.
classic,
Campsite a brief respite. Show deck.
like,
Campsite mini boss.
low-level
Collector any cards for
succubuses,
collector any cards for
but
the
they're
collector
still
off. Adventurer.
fantastic.
The collector off. Adventurer.
All right,
You wouldn't have stumbled upon any of these cards, have you? Marvelous little things.
I don't
am
know
desperately
what
trying to
cards I
complete my
would
collection.
give away to this succubus, but I mean to this collector, but let's do it. Okay, so Marvelous Little Things isn't a card, but well, it could be, but I've never run across it. So it's just kind of like the way it's kind of like the subtitle, kind of like the heading. So you could just give him any card you want, but if you give him a legendary, he'll give you a talent.
What
and
do
if
you
you want to
want?
know what the
Hand
talent
over a
is, you
card.
need to
Leave.
look in
No
your
thanks.
talents.
Hand over a
So
card.
I don't waste my time.
Select card.
I pretty
Cling to
much
sanity.
know he's giving
Hint
me
one.
something
Remove a
because
corruption from
my
your deck.
status
Then gain
will
5
read
health and cleanse an
different.
affliction.
So
Action.
I'm
Uncommon.
going to see if I have
Cleanse.
anything
Removes an
valuable
affliction.
to give
Cling
him.
to sanity. Cling to
It's
sanity.
usually
Dark
worth
blessing.
it.
Life
It
1.
also
Gain
gets
1
rid
anger
of a
inflict a
card,
random
so your
affliction
deck
with 3
gets
stabs.
more
Dark spire. Dark spire.
slim.
Dark spire. Dark spire. Dark spire. Dark whispers. Life 1. Add a forbidden
I'm
fruit
gonna
to your
hand
deck.
over a
Corrupted.
card.
Gain INT. Action. Uncommon. Corrupted. You are corrupted at 5 or more. Dark whispers. Demonology.
I could-
Int 1.
I
Draw
have
a card.
plenty of claims
Corrupted.
of
Convert the
sanity.
energy costs of all cards in hand to blood. Action. Rare. Corrupted. You are corrupted at 5 or more. Corruptions
Got
are present in your
easy.
deck. Hand and slash or discard pile.
If you give him a corruption card, he'll get very mad at you and give you nothing. He doesn't like blood cards, so if I give him this demonology card, he's just going to get very angry with me. And I actually should have turned this card into memorize. I should have memorized another one of my Eldritch Flames and then memorized this card.
Eldritch Flame.
Because then I could have popped off
Forbidden
two
fruit.
Eldritch
Forbidden fruit.
Flames.
Forbidden fruit. Forbidden
That's
fruit.
fine, that's fine,
One
that's
use.
fine.
Gain 5 health. Corruption action.
Because
Common.
this card actually
Forbidden fruit.
makes it so
One
that you
use.
can play everything you want out of blood. I don't want to give up demonology. I think it's just still a valuable card for my combo.
Int 1. Remove a corruption from your deck. Cling to sanity. Int 1. Card removed. Card removed. The collector a rather plain looking thing, but it'll do.
I don't
suppose
really
I
have
some gold
anything
and a potion
great
to
to
spare.
offer him, so I'm going to give him my first card. I'm going to give him one of my Cling to Sanities. It's not that important to me. So he'll give you a little bit of money and he'll give you a potion, which are valuable. You can always use healing, right? You can always use a potion. And by the way, there was a recent bounty quest that said drink 10 potions. That was really one of the easiest bounty quests to complete. All you need is get the sassy little potion sash. The sassy little potion sash, it's really awesome and makes it so
Continue.
you can get all kinds
You
of
gain
easy
25 gold.
potions
Card
to
added.
drink.
Card added.
And once
Search
you
of
drink
intellect.
10 of those
Gain INT
potions,
and 1 focus.
oh, whoopty
Memorize.
wow.
Cling to sanity. Healing
You
potion.
just complete
Healing
the
potion.
bounty quest.
1 use. Gain 10 health if you are below 50% health. Gain 15 health instead.
So that one's
Item.
super
Uncommon.
easy to
Treasure.
complete.
This card is part
So
of the treasure pool
he's
and can
gonna
be found
give
through
me a
various
little bit of money.
exploration.
Usually
Area
it's a
status. Notches boss.
decent amount of
Stacks 2
money.
inflict. Area special. Poison at the settings. Settings. Area status. Campsite a brief. Blighted warrior. Shine a strange. Player gold 100. Shine a strange statue stands out from it. Shine a.
So he gave me
Shine of
healing
stability. You spot a
potion
worn statue at the
and
wayside.
25
Shine of stability.
gold.
You spot a worn statue at the wayside. Even though it inspect. Offer a card.
So he's always
Inspect the
worth
shrine.
visiting. Okay, shrine. Take care of that. Oh, cool. I think stability can upgrade a card or it can switch the value of upgrades. Okay, if you ever wanted to know, pro tip 5, how to transfer an unwanted upgrade to one of your more wanted upgrades, this card does it. Say, for instance, you did a weird thing and you upgraded one of your weapons to plus 10, but you're like, I want to really make my Eldritch Flame plus 10, or I want to make my whatever card upgrade. Well, that's what this particular shrine does. It switches upgrades between cards. It's really, really valuable and invaluable if you are trying to create a certain kind of deck type. Especially if you're running a warrior deck with some super powerful one-shot weapon cards, which they have several of. So we in our one-shot corruption deck here don't really care about upgrades, but
Offer a card.
yeah,
Offer a card.
if we
Inspect the
do
shrine.
upgrade the
Shrine
wrong
of stability, you
card,
spotted
or
one
if
statue at the
our
wayside.
card
Even though
rewards
it's inspect the
drop
shrine.
a
Shrine of stability,
very
shrine of stability adds reliable to a card.
high-powered
Cards with
upgrade
reliable ignore
card,
their
we can
ambush.
take that
Bloodlust,
high-powered
cascade,
upgrade
continuity,
card and
finale,
transfer
flanking,
its
flow and frenzy
upgrade
conditions.
to one of our weapons or our more valuable cards. You can inspect it. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, this shrine adds reliability. Reliable means that your ambush always works on this card. Your other aspects always work, like flanking. So I'm so sorry. Sometimes I do get shrines wrong. Okay, so yeah, this one is reliable. So write that down.
Select card. Cling to sanity. Int 1. Remove a corruption from your deck. Then gain 5 health and cleanse an affliction. Action.
I don't know
Uncommon.
what card I
Cleanse.
need to make
Removes an affliction.
reliable.
Cling
I
to
don't
sanity.
really
Int 1. Remove a
need
corruption from your deck.
reliable in
Then gain
this
5 health and
deck.
Dark Blessing. Life
But,
1. Gain 1 anger. Inflict a random affliction with 3 stacks.
I'm gonna take a
corruption
look.
action. Common. Anger. Increases the
I'll
Dark
offer
Fire.
card.
Plus
Doesn't
6.
matter.
Neutral 1. Deal *7 star damage. Repeat for each corruption in hand. 0 flow. 0/2. Add a malignance to your deck. Magic basic attack. Common. Malignance. On draw. Take 2 damage and gain 1 anger. Dark Spire. Plus 5. Neutral. Dark
really
Spire.
isn't
Plus
anything
6.
that
Neutral
uses
1.
reliable.
Dark Spire.
I
Plus
really
5.
don't have
Dark
anything in my
Spire.
deck
Plus
that
5.
uses
Neutral. Dark
reliable,
Spire.
but I
Plus 5. Neutral. Dark Spire.
when in
Plus
doubt,
6. Neutral. Dark
just
Whispers.
give your
Life
best
1.
weapon
Add a forbidden fruit to your deck
reliable.
corrupted. Gain INT.
Because that
Action.
way, if your weapon
Uncommon.
gets a special
Corrupted. You are corrupted if 5 or more corruptions are present in your deck. Dark Whispers. Life 1. Add a forbidden demonology. Int 1. Draw a card. Corrupted. Convert the energy costs of all cards in hand to blood. Action. Rare. Corrupted. You are corrupted if 5 or more corruptions are present. Eldritch Flame. Int 3. Deal 2 damage for each of your corruptions. 17. Add a forbidden fruit to your discard pile. Magic action. Common. Forbidden fruit. Eldritch Flame. Forbidden fruit. Forbidden fruit.
Yeah,
forbidden
I don't
fruit.
see anything
One
I
use.
need to
Gain
use
5
it
health.
on.
Forbidden. Eldritch Demonology. Dark Whispers. The Dark Whisper. Dark Spire. Dark Spire. Dark Spire. Dark Spire. Dark Spire. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Dark Spire. Plus 6. Neutral 1. Card altered. Surge of Intellect. Shrine of Stability. You place the card in between the shrine's hands. Press together in front of its chest. For a while. Nothing happens until finally. Leave.
Yeah, I don't see anything. So put it on my weapon. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, so you get some really good lore. So if you want to enjoy some of the beautiful writing, Rick Vander Wild's done a magnificent job of describing images in here. This game has 100% accessibility, including images are all described, and he's still adding more descriptions. So if there's something missing, don't worry, he's working on it. So be patient. And again, give back the love, rate the game, and all that stuff.
Lead. Exploration. Settings. Area status.
All right, so
settings.
again,
Area
I'm
status.
looking for a
Mini boss
better
knocks light
shrine.
troll. Campsite debris respite.
What am
Lost
I
ranger
looking
this
for?
way.
Memorize is
Ellipsis.
obviously
Player
the
health
best
95.
shrine. Anything that memorizes cards, that's really important to me. Persistence and memory are really important. We got 95 health, so we can actually take out. I think we're going to take out the
area
mini
status.
boss
Notches
because
fog.
I'm
Settings.
not really
Area
concerned
mini
about
boss
them.
knocks.
I think I
Campsite
can
debris.
take
Mini
them.
boss knocks light troll.
So
mini boss
my
knocks light troll.
super
Enemy gains
special
notches fog
ability
enchantment.
is
Enemy
heal
gains raging
up,
regeneration
so I don't
enchantment.
really need to
You gain
use
2
that.
poison stacks.
But I
Return.
also have
Area
the
stat.
talent
You gain
that
1
heals
anger
up
stacks.
every
You take 2
campsite,
damage.
so
Surge of
my-
intellect.
my
Gain
particular
INT and 1 focus.
character,
Memorize.
my
Action.
Arcanist is
Common.
very
Focus.
overpowered.
When you foretell. Reveal. Eldritch Flame. In 3. Deal 2 damage for each of your corruptions. 17. Add a forbidden fruit to your discard pile. Persistent. Memorized.
Let's
Magic
take
action.
him out.
Common. Forbidden fruit. 1 use. Healing potion. 1 use. Forbidden fruit. 1 use. Gain 5 health. Corruption action. Common.
Okay, this mini boss loves to heal itself.
Forbidden
so
fruit. 1 use. You heal 5 health. Malignance. On draw. Player status. Anger. Malignance. Healing potion. The Eldritch Flame. Surge of intellect. Gain
So
life.
there's my
you gain
super
1 focus
card.
stacks. Character and turn. Player
And I
energy.
can heal
In
myself
4.
too, by
Show
the
deck.
way.
Cards currently in deck.
So
Player health 95.
healing, forbidden fruits are free, so you can
Show deck. Player energy.
just
in.
heal
And turn.
yourself.
Character Eldritch Flame. In 3. Deal 2 damage for each of your corruptions. 16. Add a forbidden fruit to
And
your
I can
discard pile.
search of-
Persistent. Memorize.
Surge of
Magic
Intellect,
action.
which is
Common.
free.
Forbidden fruit. 1 use. Character Eldritch Flame. In 3. Deal 2 damage for each of heal. Enemy gains 1 regenerate stacks.
My
Enemy
health
takes
is
33.
95, so I
Forbidden fruit
wasted
added to your
that
deck.
forbidden fruit, but that's fine. Let's activate our Eldritch Flame. So this should do 32 points of damage. There we go. So they took 33 points of damage, so it doubled the damage that it said. And I got another Forbidden Fruit. So I'm not worried about Forbidden Fruit. If you build this deck, don't worry about Forbidden Fruit. You get so many of them, you don't need to worry about it. So what I'm trying to do is build up
character info.
My malignances so I do even more
enemy
damage.
Turn. Enemy heals 1.
That will
enemy
come
gain 1
with the
regenerate
Dark
stats.
Spires.
Enemy playing cards. Your turn. You gain 1
I
anger
only
stats.
trust the
you
Dark
take 2 damage.
Spires.
You
There's
gain
lots
1
of
anger
cards that
stats.
create
You take 2 damage.
malignances, but those cards get in your way. So don't even add them.
Character info. Malignance. On Malignance. Frost block. Int 1. Negate all damage off the next attack.
So now
Charges.
what we're looking to
2/2.
do,
Frost action.
we hit him
You gain
initially
Frost
with
block
a big
enchantment.
punch in the face. What
Eldritch
we're looking to do
Flame.
right
In 3.
now
Deal 2 damage for each of your
is
corruptions.
to just
17
use
out of Forbidden
Dark
Fruit to your discard
Spires,
pile.
create
Magic action.
malignances,
Common.
get
Forbidden
our
Fruit.
punch
1
in the
use.
face
Gain 5 health.
harder and harder. We got Frost block, now to protect us from magic.
Enemy gains 1 regenerate stats.
So just take
Enemy takes
that
37.
one.
Forbidden Fruit added to your deck.
Oh, there was an Eldritch Flame. I didn't see it, and that was a mistake. You obviously want to play your Eldritch Flame. I have 2 of them,
Dark
right?
Spire.
And I didn't think I was
+5.
going to draw
Neutral
it
1.
right away,
I don't
but
have enough
actually
energy
I
to play
made a
this card.
mistake. I should have
Player
played this
status.
first.
Malignance. On draw. Take player health 91. Show deck. Player energy. End turn.
There we go. We hit him
enemy
for
turn.
37
Enemy heals
that
2.
time.
Enemy gained 1 regenerate
So that's
stats.
what you want to
enemy
keep
playing
doing.
Cards.
Eldritch
you block the
Flame,
damage.
Eldritch
enemy gained 1
Flame,
anger
Eldritch
stats.
Flame.
You gained 1 poison stacks. Your turn. End turn. You gained
And
1 anger
there's a Dark
stats.
Spire.
You take 2 damage.
Not enough energy. We've only taken 4 points of damage.
Character info. Dark Blessing. Life 1. Gain 1
I
anger
also have
malignance.
inoculation,
Dark Spire. Forbidden
so
Fruit.
all
Cling to
poison is
sanity.
removed from my
Bonus.
character.
Int 1.
That's
Remove
really
the corruption from your
important.
deck. Then gain 5
When
health
you're
and cleanse
already
and
taking
affliction.
damage
Action.
from your own
Uncommon.
cards, you're
You
going to
heal
want
5
to
health.
always
Burn
take
malignance.
towns that
Dark
remove
Blessing.
damage.
Life 1. Gain 1 anger
Anything
inflict
that
random
can
affliction
remove
with 3
burn
stacks.
is
Corrupt. You take 1
especially
damage.
important.
You gained 1 anger stacks. Enemy gained 3 dooms. Dark Spire. +6. Bonus. Neutral 1. Deal star 12 star damage. Malignance. Character info. Enter. Character. Malignance. On draw. Dark Spire. Plus. Enemy gain 1
Let's
regenerate
clean the
stats.
sanity.
Enemy take victory. Next. Character info.
Let's inflict Dark Blessing.
Player gold 100. Area status. Player health
There's
93.
a Dark Spire ready to go. Let's go Dark
Show deck.
Spire.
Next. You gain 18
Yeah,
gold.
easy
Select a
kill.
card to add to your deck. Skip
3 attacks and I pretty much wrecked it. Yeah, again, Dark Spire decks are super OP.
Area status. Enemy status. Frostlands. Deal 2 damage.
We had
Draw a card if the
93
target is
health, so
frozen.
we only took
Spellcraft.
2 damage
Conjure a
on
magic
a
act. Shocking
boss
grasp.
fight,
Int 1.
on a mini
Deal damage
boss
equal
fight.
to your chain. 0 if you have 5 or more chains.
Let's get our
Inflict 2 shock.
rewards.
Chain. Magic lightning action. Uncommon. Chain. Increase the damage of the
There
next enemy
isn't
status.
very
Notches
many
fought.
things
Area
you
status.
need
Notches
in a
fought. Stats to
corruption
inflict.
one-shot
Area special.
deck.
Poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1. Player gold 134.
There isn't anything here we need here. Maybe when we
Area
get
status.
to
Enemy status. Notches fog. Inflict. Area stats. Player gold. Character info. Skip rewards. Show deck. Skip rewards.
when we get to that
Exploration.
special,
Use weapon power rotten weapon. Use your weapon to gain blighted warrior. The area status. Settings.
bounty
Area
quest
stats.
where
Not
we're
slide
trying to
campsite 8.
summon
Blighted warrior. The
items.
smell betrays its presence
That's
before
going
it's
to
in
be
human
fun.
run.
We're probably going to be
Blighted
taking all
warrior. The
kinds
smells.
of
Enemy
weird
gains
cards.
noxious fog enchantment. Enemy gains undead enchantment. You gain 3 poison
complete
stacks.
that
Your
quest.
turn. You gained 1 anger stacks. You take 2 damage. Eldritch flame. In 3. Deal 2 damage for each of your corruptions. 18 out of forbidden fruit to your discard pile. Persistent. Memorized. Character in end turn. Player energy. In 3. End turn. Character info.
Let's get
Eldritch
rid of
flame.
these blighted
In 3.
warriors.
Deal 2 damage for each of the enemy takes 37. Forbidden fruit added to your deck. Dark Whispers. Bonus. Life 1. Add a forbidden fruit to your deck.
Let's get our
Malignance.
Eldritch Flame.
Dark Spire. Player status. Dark Spire. I don't have enough energy to play this. Malignance. On Dark Whispers. The Surge of Intellect. Gain INT and 1
That's
focus.
Eldritch
You gain 1 focus
Flame.
stacks. Malignance. On draw. Take 2 damage. Dark Whisper.
37
Character info. Dark
damage,
Whispers.
and now we
Bonus.
need to finish
Life
him
1.
off.
Add a forbidden fruit to your deck. Corrupted. Gain INT. Action. Uncommon. Corrupted. You are corrupted if 5 or more corruptions are present in your deck. Hand and
Let's
you take
Dark
1 damage.
Spire.
Forbidden fruit added to your deck.
Oh, we don't have
Malignance.
enough.
On Dark Spire. +6. Bonus. Neutral
Oh,
1.
there's a Surge of
Enemy takes
Intellect.
8. Enemy takes 8. Malignance added to your deck.
Oh, we can get INT from this one. Let's play that. Let's play Dark Spire.
Malignance. Player status. Anger. Malignance.
And there,
Character
did you hear that, Malignance? It got
turn.
added to our deck, which
Enemy
is really
turn.
cool. The game
Enemy
now
playing
tells
cards. You take 6 damage.
Rick Vanderwild's been adding
You take 5
all
damage.
these really
You gain
cool
5 poison
accessibility
stacks. Your
sounds
turn.
that makes it so that you kind of know
You gain 1 anger
everything that's
stacks.
kind of
You
happening.
take 2 damage.
It's like
You
you're
gain 1 anger
seeing
stacks. You
the
take 2 damage.
board in front of you. Center turn.
Character info. Dark Spire. +5. Neutral 1. Malignance. Healing potion. 1 use. Gain 10 health if you are below 50% health.
Somebody hit me
Gain
for
15 health instead.
11.
Item. Uncommon. Forbidden fruit.
Not really
1
worried
use.
about
Gain
all
5.
that
You heal 5
damage.
health. Malignance.
Again, it can't
Player
hurt
status.
me with
Anger.
poison because
Malignance.
every
Healing
beginning of the
potion.
turn,
Malignance.
because
Dark
of my
Spire.
inoculation
Character info.
talent, I
Dark
remove
Spire.
poison.
Enemy takes 9. Victory. Next.
But I will take... I'll take anything that's going to heal me. I'll take one of my forbidden fruits.
Player gold 1.
And I'm
Area
going to play
status.
my Dark
Player health
Spire.
80. Player health 80.
There you go. So take your forbidden fruits before you kill the enemy.
Show deck. Card. Next.
So that's what I would suggest.
Show deck. Next. You gain 6 gold. Select a card to add.
That's
Area
pro
status.
tip
Enemy
6.
status. Cling to sanity. Int 1. Remove a corruption from your deck. Then gain 5 health and cleanse an affliction. Action.
Yeah, he did a
Uncommon.
little damage.
Cleanse.
I took
Lifelink.
15 points
Int
of
2 life
damage.
1.
The
This combat. Gain 4
warriors
barrier
do
and
hit
inflict 4
pretty
damage whenever you
hard,
spend
and
blood.
I am kind of a
Enchantment.
squish.
Rare. Barrier. When dealt damage, take 1 less damage per stack of
But,
barrier.
I'm not worried
Barrier does
about
not
it.
fade and can be dispelled. Unique. You can only play 1 card with this name for combat. All enchantments are unique.
Oh, we got another Cling to Sanity back. See, we get that back. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Whenever you spend blood, and I do that
Coven
a
of Chaos.
lot.
Int 1. Inflict 1 random affliction.
I
Increases
like
by 1 whenever you play a cursed card.
enchantments, and
Curse.
again,
Action.
Bowder
Uncommon.
will
Affliction.
enchant these
A negative
for
effect
you.
such as poison, bleeding, or
It's-
daze.
You know, this
Curse.
is
Cursed cards
a
can't be
really
transmuted
good
or removed from your deck.
enchantment, so I'll probably grab Lifelink. It's a really great one. I do believe there's a Grimoire that turns
Lifelink.
into
Into life
Lifelink
1.
for
This
free.
combat. Gain a Coven of Chaos. Add claim to add lifelink to deck. Exploration. Settings.
This is a good curse card.
Settings. Area
But
status.
remember,
Campsite Brief. Blighted Warrior. The Noxlight Shaman. Look at what wandered into our beautiful garden.
pro
Blighted
tip
Warrior. The smell
6
betrays
or
its presence
7,
before its inhuman grunt.
Curse and Corruption
Blighted
are
Warrior.
two
Blighted.
different
Enemy
things.
gains Noxious Fog enchantment. Enemy gains undead enchantment.
Let's take
You gain 4
lifelink.
poison stacks. Your turn. Eldritch Flame. In 3. Deal 2
We can
damage
always
for each of
turn
your
that
corruptions.
into a
19 out of
nice
forbidden. Search of intellect. Gain INT. Dark. You gain 1 focus stacks. Dark Whisper. Eldritch Flame. Character info.
Let's get rid of this Blighted Warrior. I just want to get rid of all these guys.
Eldritch Flame. Character info. Eldritch Flame. Enemy takes 40. Forbidden fruit added to your deck.
Holy
potion.
water
1 use.
will
Forbidden
burn
fruit.
the
1
warrior
use.
and the
You deal 5
shambling
health.
mass.
Character
Whatever
info. Dark
undead
Whispers.
creatures you
Bonus.
run into,
Life 1. You take
there
1
are a
damage.
couple of
Forbidden
them
fruit added
here
to your
in the
deck.
swamp.
Healing potion.
Boy,
1
holy
use.
water
Gain
does
player
a,
status.
does a
Focus.
number
Healing
on
potion.
them.
Character info. End turn. Enemy turn. End turn.
That did
Enemy playing
40.
cards. You take 6 damage. You take 5 damage. You
Gonna
gain 5
heal
poison
up a
stacks.
little bit.
Your turn. End turn. You gain
Dark
1 anger stacks.
Whisper.
You take 2 damage. Character info. Cling to sanity. Bonus. Forbidden fruit. 1 use. Gain cling
Should
to
be able to
sanity.
kill him with our
Bonus.
next Dark
Int 1.
Spire.
Remove a corruption from your deck. Then gain 5 health and cleanse an affliction. Action. Uncommon. Cleanse. You heal 5 health. Burn malignance. Dark Spire. +6. Neutral 1. Malignance. On Dark Spire. Player status. Focus. Stacks 1 with Dark Spot. Malignant. Dark Spire. +6. Neutral 1. Enemy takes 8. Enemy takes
See.
victory. Next. Character info.
Let's go Cling to Sanity. And
Player gold 140. Character. Next.
look
You
for
gain 7
forbidden
gold.
fruits.
Select a card to add to your deck. Skippable. Skip rewards.
Dark Spire.
Area status. Enemy status. Krylons. In
There
3.
we go.
Deal 5 damage. Draw a card. Reduce this card's cost by INT when
And
Dark
as you
power.
can see,
Int 1.
my
Gain
Cling to
INT.
Sanities are
Draw 2 cards. Add a
functioning
malignancy
as
to your deck.
heals.
Action.
5 at a
Common.
time.
Malignance. On draw.
They're
Take
really
2 damage and
nice.
gain 1 anger. Eldritch Flame. In 3. Deal 2 damage for each of your corruptions. 20 add a forbidden fruit to your
Krylons, I
discard
don't
pile.
like.
Magic action. Common. Forbidden fruit. 1 use. Gain 5 health.
I don't like Dark Power. It's totally unnecessary. It's unnecessary to draw cards in this deck because the more malignancies you draw, the more damage you take.
Add Krylons to deck.
Ooh.
Add Dark Power to deck. Add Eldritch Flame to deck.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Will be
Exploration.
my third.
Settings.
This will be my third and final Eldritch Flame. I don't
Settings.
think you need more than that.
Area status.
Because you've got to
Resist.
memorize
Lost
them
shaman
to
look
even
like
make
lost
them
ranger this way.
effective. Because your
think.
deck's so
Ellipsis.
huge. So I'm going to take this
Player health
last
76.
Eldritch Flame.
Lost ranger this way. I think. Lost ranger this way.
That is
Enemy
my
gains
last
noxious soft
one I'll
enchantment.
take.
Enemy gains undead enchantment. You gain 5 poison stacks.
All
Your
right.
turn.
3
Surge
is
of
the
intellect.
most I'll keep
Gain
of
INT and 1
Eldritch Flame
focus.
on my deck.
Memorized. Action. Common. Focus. When you foretell, reveal 1 more card for every 3 stacks. At the start
Let's
of the round,
get
draw
rid of
1
the
character
Lost
info.
Ranger. We're okay for health. So basically, you know, sometimes these recordings end abruptly. I do apologize. Sometimes my recordings do end abruptly. A phone call comes in or something happens or my front door rings. You pretty much know everything you need to know. Eldritch Flame is your power card. Again, you'll have to get that from card rewards. As you can see, it's an easy card to come across. You've seen one come by in my rewards and I didn't even fight anything strong. So you're going to want to memorize the Eldritch Flame. You're going to want to make it persistent if that works for you. And then you're going to want to make sure you have 3 energy to activate it and its intelligence. And once you activate it, the enemy's going to take the damage to card states doubled. Now, if you want the card to get stronger, you're going to have to get more malignances. Now, you can get those malignances from Dark Power. You can get them from Dark Spire. You can get them from all kinds of cards that have corruption. But be careful because this deck can get unwieldy. That means bloated. And bloated means, unwieldy and bloated means the same thing. The deck gets out of control, which means you can't get the cards you really need. Secondly, it's doing too much damage to you. So here's the thing. To balance corruption, you need to have healing. So you got to make sure those forbidden fruits are coming. So Dark Whisper, at least 3 copies. Cling to Sanity, at least 3 copies. And you're going to want to keep your forbidden fruits at least 10 or 11 in your deck. Your deck still can't get out of control. Okay, if your deck gets out of control, you're also hurting yourself. So yeah, I can make this deck 100 cards, but really I'm only using the first 5 cards. After that, a bunch of malignances are not necessarily going to do what I need them to do. So once your deck gets beyond about 40 cards, you're going to want to add searches because you need something to cut through. And I'm not talking about search the next 5 cards. You're going to need a real search card. You're going to need a card that can go get any card that's in your deck because you might need to do certain things. Again, there are some things that can defeat this deck. Heavy amounts of fire damage can really rip you apart. Heavy amounts of physical damage can rip you apart. This isn't the solve everything deck. There are enemies that protect themselves from all damage, even when the battle starts. And that's by using impervious abilities. So impervious, you can't hurt them. So you've got to hit them first and then hit them with your super attack. So to get around enemies that use impervious, you're going to want to Dark Spire them first to nullify the impervious effect. And then you're going to want to hit them with Eldritch Flame to blow them out of the water. So be aware that there are countermeasures to your one-shot combo. And obviously, make sure you have heals. Maybe have a lot of heals. You can see my deck already has 6 cards that are designed just to heal me, not to mention the Forbidden Fruits. All right, so I decided to throw that out there in case we get cut off here because it's almost that time of day where I start getting those lunchtime calls. But I just wanted to throw that in there. If you like what I do here, you know, feel free to like the video. If you don't like, don't like. And if you are a sweetheart, you can subscribe to me. Also swing by my Discord if you want to chat about Dawncaster. Don't forget to rate the game, all the good stuff like that, folks. But let's keep playing a little bit longer. See how much longer I can go until I'm just done.
Eldritch Flame. Enemy takes 36. Forbidden Fruit added to your deck. Player status. Focus. Dark Spire. Enemy takes 7. Victory. Area status. Noxious Fog. Stacks 5. Area status. Noxious Fog. Stacks 5 inflict. Area special. Poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire. Player gold 147.
Eldritch Flame. Nice. See, I like to take my heals first. There we go.
Area status.
First
Enemy
turn
status.
kill.
Noxious fog. Inflict. Enemy status. Settings. Enemy status. Area status.
Not a
Player
true
health
one
86.
shot, but close enough. That's almost basically a one shot. I was healing myself in between my two main attacks.
Next.
But yeah, that's a one shot basically.
You gain 4 gold. Select a card to add to your deck. Skippable. Skip reward. Area status. Enemy status. Not twin lightning. Int 1. Deal 1 to 7 damage.
We got 86 health, so again, we're just trying to keep keeping our health up to
Increase the damage of the next action by 1
Our
per
max
stack.
health is
Chain fades if the played card did not increase chain.
so,
Echo. Cards with echo are cast twice when played from your hand.
Let's go get our rewards.
Dark Inquiry. Life 1. Foretell 3 corrupted. Gain 4 health. Scholar. Draw a card. Corruption action. Common. Foretell. Look at the top X cards of your deck. Put one on top, and the others at the bottom of your deck. Corrupted. You are corrupted if 5 or more corruptions are present in your deck. Hand and slash or discard pile. Scholar. Your deck contained 20 or more cards at the start of combat.
Interesting. So Dark Inquiry is another card that goes in this corruption deck. You're going to want to run 3 of these.
Deal 3 damage, add a vile
if
wound to the
your
foe's
deck
deck.
starts
Magic
getting
action.
too
Uncommon.
big,
Vile wound. 1 use.
you're
Take
going
6
to need
damage
some
and gain 3
Dark
bleed and draw a
Inquiry
card.
to cold through all the malignances. Remember, the bigger your malignance bomb, the more healing methods you're going to need. Umbralance is a good card. It's up to you if you want to bleed your opponent at the same time. I just don't find it that effective. It's a little slow. Now, if I'm running a rogue deck, I'd love Umbralance to pop up more often because I love my snare deck. Oh, I have so much fun with my snare deck. I run this card in my, and if I could get it to pop up in my rewards, and I can't, Umbralance would be super, super awesome. Umbra, I do believe in the lore, is a god of death. So that's what the Umbralance comes for. These are very sinister type of cards. They're not sinister type cards, but they're sinister type of cards in that they're all about surprising your opponent with massive bleed and damage. I don't think it's a type damage. In this game, I do believe the damage types are fire, ice, and I don't think the others are technically elemental. There's no wind damage in this game. I don't think there's any earth damage. I don't know. Double check, but I think we think that'd be really cool if they started adding more elemental damages. I'd love to see wind and earth added to this game. Light and dark is already in the game, but it doesn't really. It just says you get hit with the damage. It doesn't call itself light. And there are dark abilities, but it doesn't really say dark.
Enemy
so
status. Area status. Player
maybe
health
I'm just getting
Show
it wrong.
Skip rewards.
But yeah, I'd like to see more pronounced
Festering area
elemental
status.
type
Noxious fog.
damages
Stack 6
mentioned in
inflict.
the
Area
game.
special. Poison at the start of combat. Increase settings.
None of these cards
Area
I
status.
need.
Nox like shaman.
My deck's
Campsite
already
debrief.
becoming
Festering
quite
shambler.
potent.
Mossy mass
I don't
shambles
need
through
them.
shallow swamp water.
We don't need those. Okay, we're starting to get to the bigger boys.
Campsite Abra. Festering Shambler Amos. Festering Shambler. Enemy gains Noxious Fog enchantment. Enemy gains Aura of Blood
get rid of
enchantment.
this
You gain 6
festering
poison
shambler.
stacks. Your
This
turn.
is just a
You gain
big
1 anger
giant.
stacks. You
Just
take
kill
2
them
damage.
off if
You gain 1
can.
anger stacks. You take
Because
2
the way
damage.
this deck
Surge of intellect.
is, and we do
Gain
so
INT
much
and 1
damage
focus.
so
Memorize.
quickly,
Character.
we can
Surge of
usually get
intellect.
ahead of this
You gain
guy.
1 focus stack.
But the
Dark
bigger
Spire.
the guy,
Plus Eldritch
the
Flame.
more harder they hit.
Enemy takes 42. Forbidden Fruit added to your deck. Malignance. On Malignance. The player status. Malignant. Dark Spire. +5. Bonus. Enemy takes 8. Malignant. Victory. Area status. Area status. Noxious fog. Stack 6 inflict. Area special. Poison at the start of combat.
Search.
Increases by 1 every combat and resets. Player gold 151.
Eldritch Flame. Nice, 42 damage.
Area status. Enemy status. Settings. Enemy stat. Area status. The player health 82.
And Dark
Show deck.
Spire.
Next. You gain 8 gold. Select a
There
card to
we
add to your
go.
deck. Skippable. Skip rewards.
Pretty good. It had about 50. It had about 50 health, so we can kill it with 2 attacks. Let's get our rewards. Nice cozy gameplay today. You know, happy Halloween, everybody. Again, I really love these cozy days where it's too cold to be outside. No one can make me go, oh, go outside and get some sun, touch the ground. I don't have to worry about that because during the rainy season and the cold season, we get
Area
to stay indoors and get all cozy and warm.
Repeat for each other type of Nova card. Drain health. Int 1. Deal 4 damage. Corrupted.
You know,
Life drain
have our
can't be
little
upgraded.
treats and
Magic
stuff.
action.
So
Common.
this is the time of year
You are
I
corrupted
really
if 5 or
love
more
too.
corruptions
I
are
love
present in your
summer.
deck.
I'm a
Hand
summer
and slash or
boy.
discard pile.
But I
Life
really
drain. Cards with
love
life drain
the
restored health.
fall
Health.
when we
Equal
can
to the
stay
damage they deal.
indoors and drink our warm beverages. Okay, I find Life Drain absolutely useless. This card's useless. It used to be really fun to play. When I first played, this card was like amazing. But you don't really need it to heal anymore. It's so out of date. Now this card needs a facelift of some kind. But yeah. This card can't be upgraded. I do believe its attack damage can be increased, but I'm not sure. It definitely feels a bit outdated as a card. But yeah, it's part of the corruption deck. You can't upgrade it, which is bad. But you don't really upgrade cards in a corruption deck anyway. Unless you want to upgrade Eldritch Flame or you want to upgrade something else weird. Upgrade your Dark Spire, of course. That's primary. You just don't have the resources really to waste on upgrading this very weak common card. So, yeah. If you're going to upgrade a common card, upgrade your Dark Spires. So. Oh, I'm so sorry. I slept okay, but I have a big yawning.
Eldritch Flame.
I have a
Int
big
3.
yawning
Deal,
mouth.
drain health. Int 1. Deal 4. Frost Nova. Int 1.
I don't need any more
frozen.
Eldritch
Repeat for
Flames.
each other
Don't
type of Nova card.
overload your
Enemy
deck
status.
with
Enemy
Eldritch
status.
Flames.
Area status.
Totally
Player health
unnecessary.
82. Show deck. Skip rewards.
Again,
Exploration.
Pro tip
Use weapon
7,
power rod and weapon. Use
create
weapon power
your
rod and weapon. Use your
best
weapon to gain 2 health per
first
corruption in your deck. Corruption card.
You can do
Then
that
remove the
with
corruption.
persistent
Not slide
and
shaman.
memorize.
Area status.
And
Settings.
with search cards.
Settings. Area status. Lost range
So
of this
we
web.
don't
Campsite
really need
request.
another
Not slide
Eldritch
shaman. Look at
Flame.
what wandered into our beautiful garden. Ellipsis.
We don't need any of those.
Campsite 8. Noxlite Shaman. Look at what wandered into our beautiful
we
garden.
got the Noxlite
Enemy gains
Shamans.
Noxious Fog enchantment. Enemy gains Aura of Blight enchantment. You gain 7 poison stacks. Your turn. You gain
We got
1
the
anger stack. You
Noxlite
take 2 damage.
Shamans.
Surge of intellect.
As you can
Gain
notice,
INT and
I'm
1
not
focus.
even using
Memorize.
my campsites
Eldritch
because
Flame.
my
At
deck
Forbidden
is
Fruit.
so
1 use.
good
Gain 5 health.
at
You
self-healing.
heal 5
I
health.
don't need
Dark
to worry
spot.
about it.
Malignance. On draw. Player status. Malignant.
Let's
Dark
get rid of
Spire.
the
Eldritch Flame.
Shaman.
Surge of intellect. You gain 1 focus stack. Character info. Eldritch Flame. In 3. Deal 2 damage for the Dark Spire. +6. Bonus. Eldritch Flame. Enemy takes 43. Forbidden Fruit added to your deck.
Oh, we got a Forbidden Fruit. Let's
Character
heal.
info. Dark Spire. Enemy takes 8. Victory. Area status. Noxious Fog. Stack 7 inflict. Area
Let's
special.
get a
Poison at the
search.
start of combat. Increases by 1 every
Surge.
combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire. Player health 80.
Let's
Player health 85.
Dark Eldritch Flame.
Show deck.
And
Cards
then
currently
one
in
more
deck
Dark
40.
Spire.
Next.
It's dead.
Show deck. Cards
Very,
currently in deck.
very
Next.
powerful, simple
You gain
deck.
6 gold. Select a card to add. Area stat. Enemy status. Dark Inquiry. Life 1.
Our
Foretell
health
3
is going
corrupted.
up
Gain
little
4
by
health.
little.
Scholar.
Oh,
Draw a
actually
card.
down a little
Corruption
bit.
action. Common. Foretell. Look at the top X cards of Orb of Thunder.
Our deck
Int
is
1.
up to
Dark
40.
Power. Int 1.
So that
Gain
means,
INT.
as you can
Draw
see,
2
our
cards. Add a
deck
malignancy
starts
to your deck.
crawling up
Action.
in size.
Common. Malignance. On draw. Take 2 damage and gain 1 anger.
Let's get our rewards. So if you want to get Dark Power is another corruption card. If you want to get more malignances to your deck quicker, then take 1 to 2 copies of Dark Power. But remember, don't get out of control with Dark Power. It can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your deck can just get unwieldy. And then remember we talked about unwieldy, bloated decks? They're just not effective and they're slow. Let your deck build on its natural efficiency. So focus on memorizing your Eldritch Flames and also making them persistent. Mostly if you can also get your Eldritch Flames to 0 energy, with the Cursed Puzzle Box, that's also a good thing. Cursed Puzzle Box loves Eldritch Flame, because turning that Eldritch Flame into a 0 cost is super powerful. All right, so if you don't know about the Cursed Puzzle Box, where have you been? That's one of the most broken cards in the game. In fact, the developer, I do believe the developer weakened it. It was a lot stronger than I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if he did. Might have weakened it a little bit. I think it did get slightly weakened, but it was. I love that card. I didn't know what it did at first, and the longest time I thought it was the most worst card in the whole world. And then
settings. Add dark power. Add orb of thunder to deck.
Then I had an epiphany. Yeah. Check out my video on that Cursed Puzzle Box. Absolutely awesome card. It's beautiful. All right. Once you learn what a card does,
enemy status. Noxious fog. Area status. Player health 85. Player health 85. Show deck.
We have nothing here.
Exploration. Use weapon power rotten weapon use. Use weapon power rotten weapon use. Stray light A faint green light. Area status. Lost ranger this way. Campsite A breathe rested from the perils of adventure.
Useless. It doesn't need them. Our health is still 85.
Lost ranger this way. Area status. Noxious. Lost range. Campsite A breathe respite. Stray light A faint green light draws you closer. Stray light A faint. Enemy gains noxious fog enchantment. Enemy gains ethereal enchantment. You gained 8 poison stacks. Your turn.
Okay, we're starting to get to the brain
you take 2
pain
damage.
enemies.
You gain 1 anger stacks. You take 2 damage. You gain 1 anger stacks. You take 2 damage.
Them because they have very little health.
Character info. Character info.
Let's
Character
get rid
info.
of these
Surge
little...
of intellect. Eldritch flame. Surge of intellect. You gain 1
They're
focus
like
stats.
little fairies or something.
Malignance. Malignance. Player status. Malignance. Eldritch flame. Enemy takes 49. Victory.
The damage
area
we're
status.
taking is
area
from
status.
our
Noxious fog.
malignances.
Stats
That's
8 and
what's
split.
hurting
Area
us.
special. Poison at the start of combat. Increases by 1 every combat and resets whenever you visit a campfire. Player gold 165. Character info. Next. Level up. Pick a talent. Reroll button for bad intentions.
And we leveled up. So let's see what we got for a level up, and I think we're going to wrap up this episode. Happy Halloween! Let's see what we got for rewards. What we get? Okay, bad intentions is our first talent. Again, look at all your talents, pro tip 8, before you choose it. Pro tip 9, re-roll all talents you don't plan on using because you might get a better talent. And finally,
select
pro
bad intentions
tip
whenever
number
you
10,
inflict
our
poison.
final
Inflict
pro
that much
tip
doom.
of the Halloween special episode is you want to take a talent, even if it's subpar, if it really keeps you alive. Because really, you have to survive before you can kill things.
Select Sanctifier. Your actions inflict additional damage equal to your level 2 undead and demons. 5.
We don't, that's our Dr. Doom deck. I'm just really want to get back to my Dr. Doom deck, but we're not gonna, we don't need this one, so we can re-roll this one. So anything that's undead will take an extra 5 damage, which means swamp creatures. And for some strange reason, the final boss levels, those creatures are not demons. A lot of them are not demons, and you don't get this bonus.
Reroll
I
button
don't
for
get that.
select Sanctifier. Your actions inflict. Reroll button for elemental conflux.
But,
select elemental conflux when you inflict burning. Gain
not
1
every
haste.
creature's
When
a
you
demon.
inflict frozen.
So
inflict 1 slow.
you may think they're a demon, but sometimes they're just a monster. And so a lot of some of these abilities that look like they'd be great on paper are not so great in application. Oh, this one's really good if you're into elemental decks. So if you're inflicting these different elements, you'll get a little bonus. This basically you're inflicting them with 2 bad things.
Reroll. 3 rerolls remaining.
So yeah, this is really great for Arcanists. They tend to get this ability.
Select magical aptitude. Upgrade all magic actions by 1. Whenever you add a magic action to your deck, upgrade it by 1.
I'm not doing any fire and I'm not doing any ice, so I can just re-roll this stuff. Okay, let's see what we get for re-rolls.
Reroll button for magical aptitude.
I'm going to re-roll this.
Reroll. 2 rerolls remaining.
Elemental conflux
select
would be
insatiable
really
curiosity.
good.
Draw plus 2 cards per round.
This is good if you're running an Arcanist deck that specializes in magic. We don't need that. Let's re-roll Magic Aptitude. Oh, that's really kind of cool. Problem is, when you draw +2 cards per round, your malignances start burning you even harder. So I'm going to say if we weren't running a malignant deck, that'd be great. But since we are running a corruption deck, malignant deck that burns us for 2 damage every time we draw malignants, and we tend to have a lot of malignances in our deck, I don't want to take 12 damage per turn. So I'm going to pass up on this one. Let's reroll. Oh, this is cool. So this is going to turn all our malignances into forbidden fruit, which is super cool. But it also makes our Eldritch Flame do no damage. So this is the counter to all those malignances. It turns all your malignances into forbidden fruit. And this is a new card. This is a new card. I have never seen this card before show up in Level Up. So, oh, that would be a great card for a heal burn deck. Ooh.
Reroll button for rotten
Again, this is going to be fun. Again, that's what's great about this game.
Additional damage equal to your level 2 undead and demons. 5.
But yeah, I like my
reroll button for Sanctifier.
But actually, that'd be kind of fun.
0 rerolls remaining.
To burn my
select
opponent
to the
every
replace all
turn while
select infused power upgrade a random card 10 times.
But yeah, that's a great card. I love that. I'm going to reroll Sanctifier. Ooh, that's the best. We're going to upgrade a random card 10 times, and then there are ways to transfer. If we upgrade the wrong card, there are ways to transfer that upgrade, so don't worry about it. Upgrading a card 10 times is absolutely fantastic, which means one of our Dark Spires could become +16, and I'm really hoping that happens. It will not upgrade any card that cannot be upgraded, so don't worry about that. If you're like, oh my god, what if it upgrades my Search of Intellect? It can't. It won't do that. It's going to upgrade only cards that can be upgraded. And so it has like a smart functionality built in. So we're going to take this card. It's absolutely triple cha-ching, +10 upgrades. Absolutely awesome. It will do one card only, so one of your cards, and again, once you transfer this upgrade, which is what we did, right?
Select
we have a card that's +6. It's reliable.
Power upgrade a random
We're
card
probably going to make that memorize
power upgrade a random
so
card
that
10
we can
times.
use it on the first turn,
Dark
which makes our one-shot capability
you gain 4
even
gold.
stronger.
Select a card to add to your deck.
And then
player health 79.
basically we want that card to have this +10 upgrade. So let's go ahead and select that.
Player gold 169.
Infuse power. Here we go.
Area status. Noxious fog. Stacks 8. Enemy
oh,
status.
Yeah.
Enemy status.
It did
enemy
it.
Area status. Player gold 1. Character info. Skip rewards. Show
Looks
deck.
like Dark
Cards
Spire
currently in deck 42.
is probably the only
Skip rewards.
eligible card in
Show
our
deck.
deck
Player health 7.
that
Show
can be
deck.
upgraded,
Cards
which
currently
is
in deck 42.
absolutely fantastic for this particular talent. Let's see what
player
it looks
health,
like.
Player health 70. Show deck. Skip rewards. Dark power. Int 1. Gain INT. Drop. Fire shield. Int 1. Gain. Enemy status. Noxious fog. Inflict. Area special. Poison. Area player gold 169.
Okay,
area
no, it
status.
didn't
Enemy
show me.
status. Enemy
it just
status.
upgraded
Ethereal.
it.
At the start of your turn.
Usually
Heal all damage and
shows
lose
me
5
the
maximum
card
health.
after it's upgraded. Right. There it is.
Fire shield. Int 1. Gain 3 barrier at the start of next turn. Inflict burning equal to your barrier.
No, I
Attune.
thought it was...
Magic fire action. Common. Barrier. When dealt damage. Take 1 less damage per stack of barrier.
Oh, no,
barrier
no.
does not fade.
It didn't show me the
burning.
upgraded
At the end of the
card.
turn.
We'll look at
Take
it.
1 damage
You
per
can
stack of
always
burning.
look at your cards in
Attune.
your
If you
deck.
are not attuned already. Attune to a
We're
random
gonna
element.
see if there's
Attunements and
any
power actions
rewards
that share their
worth
type.
keeping. I don't think there is. You don't... Okay. Okay. Fire Shield, Frost Shield, Lightning Shield, they're fun. But they're not the most powerful barriers. There's actually a better set of barriers. So as you look around, there are some rare barriers that get stronger every time you use them. Those are the best because they can get up to like 12, 20, 25 barrier. You'll find them. When I do get a chance to show off one or two, I will. But yeah, if you're a beginner and you want a good barrier, frost, fire, and lightning barriers are kind of fun. Lightning tends to edge a little bit toward combo.
Dark power. Int 1.
But,
INT. Draw 2
do I
cards, add
need
a
to
malik,
burn
claim to sanity.
people?
Int
Not
1.
really
Add fire
in this
shield to
deck.
deck.
This
Add
deck
dark
I'm
power to
looking
add
to
claim to
get
sanity to deck.
persistent and
Enemy
memorize
stat. Area status.
on my
Player health
Elder's
70.
Flame.
Player health 79.
That's all I care about. I don't mind if I get a little bit more surges of intellect. Yeah, there's nothing here for me.
Show deck. Card. Skip rewards.
Our health 79,
Exploration.
so we want
Use
to
weapon power rotten weapon.
keep
Use your
an
weapon to
ear
gain 2
out
health
for
for
our
corrupt. Lost
health.
ranger.
We're
Area
down
status.
about 16
Settings.
health,
Area status.
maybe
Campsite
more.
debris. Stray light.
So
green.
keep
Lost
an
ranger
ear
display.
out on your
Icon.
health.
Ellipsis.
Even though you have a very powerful deck, you can still lose. Once you get to the end game, the monsters have a lot more health. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I've shown you all everything you need to know about how to make this one shot. Everything else is just me constantly just repeating the same action over and over again. Again, it's time for lunch. I think I'm good. I've had a good Halloween fun with y'all. Again, I'll be handing out candy. So, hey, if you see me, come up. I'll give you some. What do we have? I think we have a variety pack of little small candy bars and stuff. So I'll be here in Midtown Sacramento. Feel free to come from around the world. I'll be wearing a wolf head. I'll be out in front of one of my favorite, I think we're going to be out in front of one of our favorite restaurants handing out candy, me and Queen Angel. We're going to hand out some candy, say hi to people. Swing by Sacramento's best smoothie restaurant, Capital City Squeeze. Yes, I was just talking to the owner the other day. She is a very nice person. Yeah, come by, give them some support. It's a slow time of the year, but they have all the best smoothies you can ever want. So definitely swing by and tell them that Michael Gray of Game Double Tap sent you. They're here in Midtown Sacramento in the Shattered Realm. So definitely get on your airship and float over here. If you're in the Sacramento Midtown area, they're open Monday through Saturday. And yeah, just a great place to get an amazing, healthy drink. So super good. But thank you very much, everybody, for coming to our Halloween special here in Dawncaster. As always, I truly appreciate having you here. We'll come back next Thursday for another TCG special episode. But until then, dearly, sincerely, and truly take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.